fourth jumper. And then Tech Sergeant Joe Spadavecchi and Senior Ambulance Phil Dwyer are working the team from the ground. They'll be in the also be part of the recovery in the helicopter.
I thought that I had spotted someone who sat alongside of me many years ago and helped narrate the 106 demonstration. His name was Dave Regola. I lost sight of him now. Dave Regola has retired. How many of you heard of or saw The Perfect Storm? Then you know that the helicopter from the 106 went down in the middle of that storm. And it went down because it could not refuel in the heavy turbulence as they tried to return to land. And they had no choice but to ditch the chopper into 50-foot seas. Be picked up by a rescue vessel. Dave Regola was the pilot on that chopper. So he could tell you exactly what transpires on those helicopters when they go into live rescue missions. Because he's done it. All right, we're getting there now. We're down to about 4 minutes by my watch. What time do you have?
6 by mine. We need a time hack. I've got 2-4 packs.
Greenport is going to be, but if I know the PJs, it's not going to be too far away from us. Okay, keep your eyes peeled on the sky. I don't see the C-130 yet. One of the things that I'm going to count on you to do, if you would, after the C-130 comes overhead, then the helicopter is going to come out over the bay. 4 guys are going to come out. They're going to come out pretty close to one at a time, but very rapidly. You're going to get to count to 4 twice. I want you to count 1, 2, 3, 4 when you count the guys coming out. Then I want you to count again when you see a good shoot. Good shoot, 1. Good shoot, 2. We want 4 numbers and they gotta be the same, guys. You take a look at the flag over on that railroad, you can see it's right at 15 knots. Well, the C-130 is going to make his time, folks, because here he comes. If you can look out and see the big blue-hole boat and the point of land, you can see the C-130 over the point of land as he begins approaching Greenport. He's gauging the wind and lining up for us right now, and he'll be flying over pretty soon. Let's see, he's making the same report. He's doing his turns because he's ahead of schedule. He's probably 10 seconds. So he's trying to clean up seconds. Directly overhead. Exactly on. Alright, here it comes. Coming right over your head, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 106 Air Rescue Group. Now take a look up in the sky, just above where that 130, take a look way up above the clouds. And you'll take a look at a chopper coming across. And we're going to see if they're going to get the guys out this time around. We need to get your count when you see them. Keep your eye on the chopper, they'll be coming out the back. Going out the right side, I correct myself. Going out the right side. You're sure. He's at 4,000 feet.
Wow.
Are they trying to come out? One. What these guys are going to be looking for now, obviously if this was a live rescue mission, they would have dropped some smoke in the water too, somewhere near wherever the rescue is going to take place. Right now they're taking a very good look at this white South Old Town blinking blue light police boat. That's what they have their eyes set on. Whether they lie close to them or close to us, I don't know.
Look at that guy way out.
Alright, he's got smoke to show you what he's doing.
Well, like we said, these are very flyable. This is like flying an airplane, so they have the opportunity to sort of slow down their flight. They're sort of looking down to determine where the best landing spot is. If this was a space shuttle rescue, they would have already deployed a boat in a parachute and be flying to that boat where they would rig it to pick up the astronauts. So you're watching what would happen if there was an astronaut now.
I forgot to mention that. There is a 2,000-pound Zodiac that will come out by parachute. These guys will be buzzing around it like flies as it comes down to the water. And as soon as it hits the water, it self-deploys, including the engine. And it's up to the guys to land close to it, crank it up, and go immediately to where the astronaut is.
Yeah.
The thing about that you just saw the orange smoke. The orange smoke is to let the guys up there know what in the world is going on down here in terms of the wind.
Yeah, with these high winds today, you can see that basically in a lot of cases it almost looks like they're standing still. So they're going to fly back into the wind and then they'll just do a pattern like you would if you were a pilot, establish a downwind, a base, and then they'll land in the water right in front of the dock here.
They talk to each other right in front of them. Can they talk to each other?
They can't. No.
They have hand signals. They have hand signals.
Yeah.
And they hear each other though?
Those two guys can hear.
And they hear each other though?
Well, the two guys further away can't hear those two. Those two can close enough.
I'm just going to ask the question, are they talking to each other? No, they are not. They don't have radios on their ears. Probably the two guys that are highest up there can hear each other. The guy that's down to the right and low and away, probably not. And the guy to the rear, probably not. You want to see how steerable these things are? Take a look. And of course, all four of them have a backup parachute. If any of those parachutes fail, they immediately would cut it loose. If they were unable to release it, they'd cut it loose with a special knife that has a hook on it. And all they have to do is grab the shuttle lines and pull it real quick. They would cut it off and they'd pull the reserve chute. I'll tell you what, if you want to let them know you appreciate it, they can hear you now. How about your round of applause? They always do it when nobody's around. So it's nice to have people around. One cycle in.
Always the challenge, once they hit the water, the wind has still got that parasail, so it's very a big physical effort to release themselves from that parachute so they don't get dragged across the sound here.
Look at this one. Wow, look at him.
Just to add what he just said, I had a very good friend jump out of an F-100 off the coast of Libya. He actually landed. Oh, how above us there. pickup boat will move in to make sure that they can pick up the suits. Here comes the helicopter. These guys are in the water now, and it's up to the chopper then to come in. And what they're going to go is through a series of lifts. They're going to show you the various ways they can get people out of the water. They're also going to show what they call a low and slow. Once they pick them up the first time, they're going to drop them back off to show you what they can do if they have to. And that's come in and just fall out of the airplane without a chute or anything at about 20 feet.
The helicopter is manned up with a pilot, a co-pilot, a flight engineer, and a gunner. There's very close coordination and teamwork underway in that helicopter as they discuss their plan, because the four of them have to be focused on getting to the spot where these pararescue men are so that they can pick them up quickly. So right now the pilot is talking to the flight engineer, the gunner, and the co-pilot to make sure they're all on the same sheet to coordinate coming in close and picking up the survivors. The first thing you'll see is actually what we call a rope ladder recovery, as I described it earlier. It's really a pretty hard workout for these pararescuemen. They're going to have to pull themselves into the helicopter against 100-knot winds by the rotor.
To finish the story, I said before, I had a very good friend that jumped out of an airplane whose engine quit. We only had one engine in the airplane to begin with. And they jumped out in the northeast gunnery range in the Mediterranean off the coast of Libya back in the days when we were allowed there. His wingman actually saw him get into his raft, but he couldn't seem to get rid of the chute. By the time the helicopter got out there, the wingman had to leave because of low fuel, and they never ever found him. The best guess is that the chute was never released, and that chute, when it fills with water, will take even a raft down.
Yeah, one of the challenges, of course, these winds are blowing them into the dock, and with those choppy conditions there, it's really a tough job to get those chutes collected up. Once they get wet, they weigh a couple more times than they normally would, so it's pretty, again, another physical effort to get those chutes up out of the water. You got to make sure that those chutes are clear for when the helicopter comes in, because you don't want that rotor wall filling the chutes up to interfere with the pickup.
Here we are in a relatively benign sea, only 15 knots. How would you like to be these guys jumping out with the waves running about 50 to 60 feet high and the wind blowing about 80 knots? They do it, guys. That's part of the job. I think what they may do, because they are so close to the dock, is they will pick up the PJs and take them a little bit further out, drop them back in the water further away so that the chopper can come in. Otherwise, the chopper would be hovering right over us, and that, I can assure you, would not be very comfortable. The downforce of the rotor winds underneath that chopper are well in excess of hurricane force. They're approaching 110 miles an hour, blowing down from the rotor blades.
Okay, it's just taking a little longer to pick the chutes up.
The wind is taking the chutes over there. It's just taking a little longer to get these chutes picked up. They'll do it shortly.
As I said, Bill, if you fly the helicopter too close to that chute, that rotor wash at over 100 miles an hour wind will pick that chute right up, and of course we don't want it flying up to impact any part of the helicopter, so that's why we have to sort of take a little bit longer today to get these chutes up in this, with this wind and this chop.
Oh yeah, there they are.
All right, if you look straight out ahead, you see the white police boat They just off two guys. They popped the smoke to let the helicopter know where they are. So now let's keep an eye out and see if the helicopter comes in from whatever direction it comes in to go through the pickup. All right, look out to the east. He's down very low. He's below the bird. Guys, that would be a good idea if you moved out of there. That helicopter will take you for a ride.
Get out of there!
Clear if you want to bring that thing into the dock. The helicopter's going to take you for a ride. You gotta get over here.
Drop one.
Do you want to go in the air?
Sir, come over in between the docks, please.
Everything is lying to you. Show him like you told me to. Drop one.
Alright, he's approaching him. He's taking one look at him. He's making sure that's where he wants. Now he'll go up. He's going on the crosswind leg. He'll go up on a downwind leg. Turn base leg to the left again. And finally come back in on the heading. And you'll watch him stand on his tail as he slows down to begin the pickup.
The H-60 is a derivative of the Army Black Hawk helicopter. This is called a Cape Hawk. 20,000. Side of the aircraft there, that's actually an air refueling dome, which allows us to take fuel in flight from the C-130. And at the end of our rescue training today, you'll see a demonstration of that capability.
Just Sikorsky and Bell.
Alright, now they have an actual in sight. They know exactly where they are. Now they're beginning their approach. And we're watching the water. Alright, they're going to go much further to come down. We're going to reach the water on there on the first arm. And then hang over the side and they will come up the road bottom. Remember these winds going down at 100 miles an hour. In an actual combat situation, if there was ground fire around and there was a chance of getting hit, those guys would still be hanging on the top of that area. They'd be climbing up and using cover to get away from the ground fire. That's pretty hard work. You're working hard to get in that aircraft. The height is about 15 feet, and at that altitude, you get on the display. Clear as it comes down, about 100 times. That's a little pararescue in the face because they try to climb out. Very difficult to see when they're down. They just use them. All right, now that the six are on board, the ladder is up in. One. As they approach, you'll watch that fall spray come up around the aircraft. So this is a very important crew coordination point for the crew flying the aircraft. The pilots come together really well, so they're going to windshield light control. Now you're going to see the fall spray along the aircraft. comes the 14-degree hoist. And here comes the double hoist down. You notice you have two of them hanging. You're going to pick up both sides at the same time.
Good coordination between the flight engineer and the pilots, because the pilots can't actually see what's going on. So they're relying on the flight engineer and the gunner to position them over where the survivors are. So again, very good teamwork, very good close coordination.
Here comes another low and slow. The drogue is hanging out. The chopper is hanging out behind the drogue a little high. And they're going to do a flyby. Okay, what we're going to do now, as soon as they start coming overhead, we're going to key the microphone, and I'm going to signal, let's give a cheer, and they'll be able to hear it in their headsets.
They went over last year for Roxy. She got to fly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 106th Air Rescue Ring. We're way back. I don't think they needed headsets for that one.
Ryan signed up for them this year.
Bill, on behalf of all the men and women of the 106 and our families and our employers, I want to thank you for the opportunity to spend the afternoon with you. It's been a great pleasure. We're honored to serve, honored to be part of the East End of Long Island. And if you're interested in joining us, please stop by and see our recruiters. Again, thanks and enjoy the rest of the festival.
It was totally our pleasure. Believe me.
How you doing today?
I'm as hot as hell.
That was a nice shot.
I bet it's no action.
My phone is not on. I forgot to turn it on this morning. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
$10:45.
What?
It's 10:45. Let's do these, and that's it.
Oh.
Okay.